What's going on, guys? Welcome back. NFL DFS Week 7 brought to you by FantasyTeamAdvisor.com. So if you haven't already, I will link the quarterback video at the end of this video. But what we're doing is we're going through each position, given our rankings. Now, these are based on DFS, but you can use them with your season long. So start them, sit them questions for running backs. Get those down below questions. We'll try to answer those. You can use our matchup tool as well. Just because they're number one on the matchup tool doesn't mean they're going to be our number one running back in this article. And we'll talk about that. But so with this, I kind of just want to go through, just so you can see, we have 72 running backs listed on this sheet. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up so you guys can see the full length of it, full width of it. And if you have any questions, comment down below. But what you can do is you can click this link. The first link in the description of this video will be the link to this article. Go check that out. You can click on the on this chart here. You can click this button right here, and it will bring it up to a OneDrive, which I do believe you guys can edit your own categories, but it will not save. I've tried to make that. If it does not, let me know and I will try to fix it. But I wanted to bring as much free content as you guys possibly could have. But again, you guys can check this out. If you guys are interested in getting a month half off, email me, support@fantasyteamadvisor.com. I'll throw you a promo code. You get a month half off for 30 days of all content. So NFL, MMA, PGA, it's all there for 1 month. So that being said, let's dig right into it and check out what we've got going on. So if you have watched the quarterbacks, you know that we have the players, we have the team, the opponent, the over-under, team total, spread, money line, and fantasy points per game rank. So this is being filmed on Wednesday. Now, by the time you watch this video, the over-unders and the team totals and everything probably could have changed, probably will change. Not saying all of them, but you will definitely see some updates. So that is something you can pay attention to. But it really won't affect many of the players. Maybe a handful of players it'll affect, but we'll look through that. So what we'll do is we'll go through the top 20 running backs for DFS on the slate. Now, it does take into effect the price per dollar, FanDuel, DraftKings, the over-under, the team total. It affects a lot of things, but it also and we'll kind of talk about that. But any questions, again, comment down below. Let me know. FanDuel, DraftKings, questions you have, or season-long, start them, set them. We will answer them as well. So looking at the number one running back, coming off a bye, Alvin Kamara. I love him against Carolina here. 51 over-under, team total of 29.3, and the Carolina Panthers rank 4th worst in giving up fantasy points per game to the running back position. And you can check out how many fantasy points per game they do give up by clicking our matchup tool in the NFL tab. So that being said, I absolutely love Alvin Kamara here. Number 2 is Zeke. Now, I know Zeke, he had 2 fumbles on Monday night, but Andy Dalton looked terrible. If he doesn't fumble, he could have another good game. And I do think he has another good game against Washington. They do rank 8th against, so they're in the top 4th of all teams against running backs, but Zeke can catch the ball. He can also run the ball as well. So I do like Zeke number 2. This is the one where I was going back and forth on. Now, I have Derrick Henry at number 3 against Pittsburgh. They do have a 51.5 over-under, but the thing is, Pittsburgh has the number 1 run defense in the league. They were able to hold Saquon Barkley to less than 10 yards. Derrick Henry is like, each leg of Derrick Henry is like a Saquon Barkley. So he's almost matchup proof. I don't understand how someone as big and muscular as Derrick Henry can run last week, 90-yard touchdown, outran the defense. It was crazy. He had over 200 yards. He's only the 3rd running back to have 3 or more 200-yard games. And it's crazy to think that he can be that big and muscular and be that fast. Will Pittsburgh have trouble? I think they're going to have trouble. Now, the problem is for Pittsburgh's defense is Tennessee has multitude of targets to throw to. So they're going to have to cover 4 or 5 wide receivers, 1 or 2 tight ends, and then still Derrick Henry is there. So I do have him at number 3. It's up and down between the top 5 is where he's at. But his price is so high, you could go other places. But I did want to just talk about him there. Number 4 is Mike Davis. News coming out that McCaffrey doesn't appear to be back this week. So definitely loading up on the Davis. He had a down week in week 7 compared to what he's been doing before. But again, he's doing everything that CMC does when he's in there. He's running the ball. He's also catching the ball as well. So if Bridgewater dumps it off to him, Mike Davis can go through some defenders. Going up against New Orleans, a 51 over-under. Mike Davis and the Carolina Panthers are a 7.5-point underdog. So if that stays true, I do think Teddy Bridgewater will be throwing the ball more. But Davis could be a GPP option here for you. I think Kamara could be cash. Davis could be GPP. Number 5 is Aaron Jones against Houston. 56 over-under there. I mean, huge. As of right now, the Packers are 3.5-point favorites, meaning if they are up, they will hand it off to Jones. He will run the ball to run the clock out. So I do love that. The thing is, Houston is the 3rd worst team against the run. They can't stop anyone, which is weird because you think Houston being stout, their defense being able to stop anything and everybody. Hasn't been the case so far in 2020, but anything could happen. But I do love Aaron Jones there. He also can take dump-off passes, running the wheel routes out and around and taking it 20, 30 yards. People are going to see the game log from last week, seeing Aaron Rodgers, the Packers didn't look good against Tampa Bay. They should be able to come out against Texas or Houston and do okay. I think Aaron Jones makes a fantastic option. Number 6 is Kareem Hunt against Cincinnati. Cincinnati up and down as well. They rank 16th, so right in the middle against running backs. Kareem Hunt, it's basically Kareem Hunt's game there, 3 down back. I do like him against Cincinnati. Number 7 is Antonio Gibson. Dallas ranks 23rd against them, against the running back. 47.5 total there. The spread is 1, so the game should be close. That means the game, if it goes like Vegas thinks it will, Gibson could have a fantastic game. Number 8 is David Johnson against Green Bay. Again, the 56 total. They currently are a 3.5-point underdog, but Green Bay is ranked the worst defense to stop the run so far in 2020. So David Johnson could be in store for a good game. If you want to pivot off David Johnson on DraftKings, if he's in, you could look at Duke Johnson, but I do like David Johnson here. We're seeing flashes of the old David Johnson. We're seeing flashes of David Johnson before he started getting hurt every single year. So if he can continue that, he's got the best matchup of all running backs this week. Number 9 is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So as of Wednesday, Andy Reid doesn't know if Lev Bell will be in. If he's not, Edwards-Helaire could be in store for a good game. Now, as you saw, Pep, or maybe you didn't, the way the Bills were playing, and the weather did have a factor on Mahomes not throwing it as much and relying on the run. CEH could be trying to show people, Andy Reid, just show anybody that he doesn't want to be replaced. And he could have another big game. Again, it's against Denver, in Denver, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. Denver does rank 3rd against the running back position, but he could take off a little dump-off passes as well. And Denver has a lot to contend with wide receivers in KC. Travis Kelce is, almost matchup proof. So I do like Edwards-Helaire, maybe more of a GPP pick this week, but he's still a viable option in the top 10. And number 10, Chris Carson against Arizona. Again, 56.5 over-under. Arizona has, trouble stopping the run. I do love Chris Carson here. Again, Russell Wilson is mobile as well, so they have a lot to contend with. Mobile quarterbacks with wide receiving options and running options, hard for defenses to stop. So I do love Chris Carson, number 10. Number 11 is James Robinson against the Chargers. They rank 13th. It just depends if Minshew has another bad game. They could be dumping it off to Robinson. Number 12 is James Conner against Tennessee. I do love that. Again, we know that James Conner is injury prone, but I do like James Conner to come in and have a good game there. Takes off, dump off passes, wheel routes, and runs the ball efficiently as well. Number 13 is Josh Jacobs against Tampa Bay. This one's a little bit concerning to me just because Tampa Bay's run defense is good. They do rank 10th right now. It depends on if some of their key defensive players are going to be out again this week. That is something to monitor throughout the week. That could fluctuate Jacobs down the list if need be. Number 14 is Ronald Jones against Las Vegas. Jones had, I believe, which I didn't know this until I was watching it, but he had 2 touchdowns last week against Green Bay, and that was the first game he's ever had 2 touchdowns in, which seems crazy to me, but he's always been there, or they've taken someone else, or someone's vultured his touchdown. So looking at that, Ronald Jones, I do like that. Las Vegas ranks the 2nd worst against running backs, so Jones could be in store for another big game. Bigger boost if Fournette is out again. Now, Fournette was a late scratch. All indications said he was going to be in last week. Not the case. LaShawn McCoy is there. He's not going to affect Jones at all. So I'd love Rojo the second for number 14. Number 15, David Montgomery against the Rams. He needs to take a little bit more passes off, but if the quarterback's struggling, whoever it is, they could give it to Montgomery. Number 16 is Gurley against Detroit. We saw 2 weeks ago Gurley went off. I think you could have another good game this week. Detroit ranks 27th against running backs. Number 17 could change. Joe Mixon. He did leave the game hurt on Sunday, then came back in. Then I believe he got pushed out and hurt again. He hasn't practiced this week yet. Probably going to run that game time decision tag all the way up until kickoff. So that is something to monitor. Cleveland's middle of the pack there at 15. If Mixon is in, he is a viable option, but that is something to pay attention to as the week progresses. Number 18, Devonta Freeman against Philly. That's a Thursday night game. Freeman is the number 1 back there, but there's other options. And you're probably not playing a Thursday through Monday slate. You could be, but I don't think I will be. Number 19, this one is also up in the air. So Melvin Gordon, as we know, got a DUI last Wednesday or Thursday, went to practice, got sent home, was back at practice, but didn't fly with the team because he was sick. It wasn't COVID. It was supposedly strep, or the comment section saying the world's worst hangover, which is kind of funny. As of right now, Denver is not going to be disciplining him at all. Now, that doesn't mean Goodell won't. Goodell's Goodell. So that is something to monitor. But Gordon against KC, they ranked 17th, so the bottom half. If he's in, Melvin Gordon is a great option. If he's out, Phillip Lindsay makes an option there. And number 20, rounding off, is Kenyon Drake. He's been very up and down this year. Coming off a great game against coming off a great game against Dallas. Comes in at our number 20 against Seattle, 56.5 over-under there. They're 3.5-point underdogs, so how the game goes, it depends. But as we know, as you can see in the chart, Seattle ranks 14th against the running back, so basically middle of the pack. So that makes him a viable option that I would look at in the top 20 this week. So there you go, guys. There are 20 of the over 70 plays that we've got for running backs. If you want to check all of them out, click the link down below. Right there, the first link in the description will be the running back rankings video, and I will at the end of this video, there will be a link so you can click the quarterback rankings to check that out. We'll go ahead and have wide receiver rankings. We'll also have tight end, and probably mix that together with defense so we don't have to have an extra video at the end. So that being said, guys, hopefully this helped you. If it did, leave a like, leave a comment if you would like. Go check it out. Again, if you would like a half off of a month subscription, all you have to do is email me, support@fantasyteamadvisor.com. And currently running a promo right now, a year pass so up until next October 21st, all sports that we do, that's DraftKings, FanDuel, lineups, GPP, cash lineups, cheat sheets, matchup tools, videos, articles, a lot of information for football, basketball, baseball. If we get into NASCAR again, we do MMA. All of that, $399 is the normal price, but if you use the promo code FIRSTWORD, you'll get it for $99. That's $300 off using promo code FIRSTWORD, all one word, all capital letters. There are, I believe, 4 coupon codes left for that, so you can check that out. So thank you for watching this video. Good luck this week, and as always, guys, bring on that bacon. Peace!